Downtown, East Side, the Village, Times Square. Anywhere you go, we're the talk of the town. WWF New York. Rockets. Unpredictable. Wild. The way real New Yorkers like their Saturday nights. WWF New York. Saturday nights at 11 p.m. right here on New York's 55.
In over 100 countries, in 7 different languages, to more than 500 million viewers each week, the World Wrestling Federation, the worldwide leader in sports entertainment.
The Undertaker should have won. Shawn Michaels should never interfered in his match. If he didn't interfere and watch his temper because of Bret Hart, because he hates Bret Hart, he would have won.
All I gotta say is that The Undertaker, he was robbed, man. That was unbelievable. That's all I gotta say.
You should never have an idiot like Shawn Michaels refereeing anything.
I think Shawn Michaels is a traitor. I think he did it on purpose, and he's gonna get a royal whipping. He deserves it, and I think The Undertaker should still be the champion.
I think today Bret Hart lucked out. But next time, The Undertaker's gonna make him rest in peace.
New York 55 WLNY. There's Hunter in China heading to the ring for this 20-man battle royal.
And the ring is going to be filling up, Michael, with superstars, 20 men, all fighting to be the king of the hill.
There they are, New Jersey's own, the Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher, getting ready for the battle royal.
Can you imagine these guys walk the governor to the ring at SummerSlam?
Michael Cole along with James E. Cornette Jr. a much-deserved vacation after that tremendous event at the Continental Airlines Arena, SummerSlam this past Sunday. Jim, it was so unbelievable.
It was so unbelievable. They put JR away.
Representing the nation of domination.
And here they come, Faarooq and D'Lo heading down the ramp. What a battle royal. The Los Boricuas are in there. We'll see the Godwinns, a whole host, 20 superstars from the World Wrestling Federation.
What's going to be a point you got to watch is that there's 2 members of the nation, 2 members of DOA, and 2 members of Los Boricuas. And here comes the man from the sand, the Sultan.
And don't forget at SummerSlam, you mentioned Bret Hart, the new World Wrestling Federation champion for a 5th time. What a reception he received at the Toronto Pearson International Airport last Tuesday.
Well, I've said before, Canada doesn't have that many heroes, so they got to make the most out of what they've got. But in this case, Bret Hart got a godlike reception from the fans in Canada.
Listen to the reception for this man, Del Wilkes, the Patriot. He has a title matchup against Bret the Hitman Hart September 7th. WWF Ground Zero in your house, Louisville, Kentucky. The Patriot against the Hitman.
The Patriot has made a tremendous splash in his short tenure in the WWF. But here's a man who's made a splash for the past dozen years in the WWF, the British Bulldog.
The European champion. What a show we have for you on WWF New York this week. The Battle Royal to kick things off as you hear the ovation for Mankind, victorious over Hunter Hearst Helmsley at SummerSlam at the Continental Airlines Arena in that big cage match.
And he got to fulfill his childhood dream of doing a super fly dive off the top of the cage onto a very unlucky Mr. Helmsley.
And I'll tell you what, this Monday night on Raw, Mankind will have his hands full. A rematch against Shawn Michaels.
Wait a minute. What time is it? What time is it? It's time for Paul to get out from in front of the camera.
There he is. It's Vader time. What a battle royal. There are some major superstars in the ring for this event. What a show we have for you. A major show here in WWF New York.
How I love to watch him strut.
Jerry the King Lawler will interview Mark Miro in Sable. Also newcomer Tiger Ali Singh will be here. And listen to the ovation for that man. The world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. And I understand new Commissioner Sergeant Slaughter may be looking at some action said Shamrock because of what he did at SummerSlam.
Well, he went berserk. Not only did he hold that submission maneuver on the British Bulldog past the bell, but he suplexed 3 or 4 referees, a couple of WWF officials. He went nuts, cleared the whole ring out.
Here we go, the Battle Royal now underway here on WWF New York. Sergeant Slaughter, the new commissioner here in the World Wrestling Federation. He has been appointed to aid President Gorilla Monsoon to try to bring some law and order back to the WWF.
Yeah, and I can't wait to hear that interview with Lawler interviewing Mark Merrow and Sable. They'll have a nice conversation if they don't interrupt the king.
Here's a double team now, Los Pericos on Ken Shamrock. Let's talk about the rules of this Battle Royal for a moment, Jim. Basically, how are you eliminated?
To be eliminated from the Battle Royal, you have to be thrown over the top rope and both feet have to touch the floor. If both feet don't touch the floor and you're able to pull yourself back in the ring, then you can continue.
Oh man, Phineas, Godwinn unloading on the Patriot.
You're going to see some strange alliances and some strange enemies in a Battle Royal. A lot of times, you're just going after whoever's in front of you. You don't even have time to notice who you're fighting. So you're going to see friend against friend and foe against foe.
A whole cast of characters outside the ring. Honky Tonk Man, along with the Iron Sheik, China, and Paul Bearer. Look at this, a rematch of SummerSlam, the Bulldog and Shamrock, and there's Faarooq getting involved.
And Bulldog is trying to dump Shamrock, but Shamrock is holding on to Bulldog like a bulldog.
Look at Mankind hanging onto the ropes in the corner. Shamrock maybe going out.
Wait a
Faarooq
minute,
pushing both men out. Both the Bulldog and Shamrock are out of the ring. They're out of the Battle Royal. The first 2 eliminated.
Gotta be a disappointment for Shamrock. He was one of the favorites in this no-holds-barred environment, but there are no favorites. There can be no best pick at a Battle Royal. It comes down in large part to luck and who you're able to stay away from.
Is there any strategy, Jim, to being in one of these events?
There sure is. Stay away from everybody. And it's difficult at best when there's so many guys in the ring. But you need to stay away, stay close to the ropes, stay low, and don't go off your feet, especially if somebody's picking you up.
So you would do well in one of these events. You like to stay away from the competition out there.
I like to stay away from everybody. As a matter of fact, the only safe place to Battle Royal is underneath the ring.
Mankind.
We're not even safe out here.
Mankind, though, pounding away at the Sultan. Look at this. Los Pericos now, Faarooq, everybody getting involved in it. Here's the double team by the Nation in one corner. And here's another double team, the Sultan and Phineas working on Mankind.
I know one guy that's not in this Battle Royal we thought would be Stone Cold Steve Austin, Michael. He is still under a doctor's care. That neck injury that he suffered against Owen Hart. I can't believe it. I couldn't believe.
There goes Sal Sincere, tossed out by the Patriot.
I couldn't believe the force of that pile driver. Austin with a history of neck problems. Of course, he'll wrestle through anything, even if he's got an arrow in his chest. The question is when the doctors will allow him to wrestle again.
That injury, of course, occurring at the Continental Airlines Arena during SummerSlam. Owen Hart says after he delivered the pile driver, he realized that Austin was hurt. He showed compassion for a moment. That allowed Austin to roll him up and win the Intercontinental Championship. And as you mentioned, Stone Cold Steve Austin seeing a spinal specialist to try to find out what this injury is and how he can prevent it in the past. And there goes D'Lo Brown. Mankind lifting D'Lo out of the ring. He's out of the Battle Royal.
I'll tell you where Owen made his mistake. He turned his back and he hot dogged for the fans. He could have beaten Steve Austin in that situation, but as it was, Austin, almost paralyzed, managed to roll Owen Hart up and catch the pin and the Intercontinental title.
Hunter now trying to toss Thrasher out of the ring, but he pops back in. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Uncontrollable, many of these men now in the ring. There's Faarooq and Mankind in the corner, working on Phineas, and there goes the Brooklyn Brawler.
Courtesy of Headbanger Mosh. And now, wait a minute, there goes Headbanger Mosh.
He's hanging on. He's hanging on. Now Thrasher now working on Triple H. There goes Miguel Pérez of Los Pericos. He's out now.
They're dropping like flies, Michael. Boy, I'll tell you what. Right, this looks like one of those traffic jams after the Garth Brooks concert. They're everywhere. They're driving everywhere. I got an idea for the people in New York, the whole area, New Jersey, Connecticut too.
Yeah.
Go to Kentucky and take driving lessons. Learn how to drive. While you're at it, learn some manners too.
We will be in Kentucky, of course. Louisville, Kentucky. There they go. Savio, Vega,
and you better be on your best behavior.
Out of the ring. What's that for the In Your House? Here we go now. Savio, Vega, and Crush going at it. There's Miguel Pérez. Los Pericos. We'll be back with WWF New York in just a minute. Welcome back to WWF New York. Michael Cole and Jim Cornette. This is what happened to the Battle Royal when we were gone. The Godwinn's being tossed out. There goes Rockabilly. Oh man, and also Thrasher and Mosh from the Headbangers tossed out as well.
There was a lot of action in the break, but we have action here now as we're left with Mankind, Vader, Helmsley, Sultan, and the Patriot.
And here we go now. Triple H working on Mankind. Of course, Mankind won that big steel cage match at SummerSlam, defeating Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Do you think this feud is ever going to be settled?
I don't think you can ever settle anything on Helmsley's part until he wins. And I don't think you can ever settle anything on Mankind's part at all. But I know that Mrs. Foley's baby boy got to fulfill his childhood dream of coming off the top of that cage a la Jimmy Superfly Snuka onto a very unlucky Mr. Helmsley.
Mankind now, look at this, setting him up. There it is, DDT. Helmsley in trouble in the center of the ring. Man, that was some event, that steel cage matchup. SummerSlam overall was tremendous at the Continental Airlines Arena. Over 20,000 fans there to watch it live.
Look at the Patriot.
Here's the Patriot now unloading on Vader and the Sultan. The Patriot, Del Wilkes. Oh, the Sultan knocking him quickly to the canvas.
Right in the throat. The Sultan, as Patriot turned, he was fighting both of them off, and the Sultan caught him in the throat.
There's Mankind now trying to toss Hunter Hearst Helmsley over the top rope. Look out for Chyna, here she comes.
Well, Chyna is going to be there to give Helmsley some immoral support. As he's about to go over the top, Chyna looks like she's going to try and catch him.
The Triple H still on the apron now as Mankind hammers away with that big left foot. Over in the other corner, Vader trying to toss Sultan out. There's the boot underneath the chin. Oh, that's pleasant.
Oh, boy.
And that's real nice. As Mankind puts the boot underneath the chin of Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
This is New York. That kind of stuff goes on here all the time.
And they don't spit tobacco down in your neck of the woods?
Not that far, they don't.
There we go now.
Ooh.
Sultan and Vader pounding away in the corner. The Patriot getting a little breather now. Now Mankind goes over. Del Wilkes and Mankind are going to try to hammer away now, and Triple H trying to toss the King of the Ring, the 1997 King of the Ring, out of the ring, and what a foot that time from Sultan to Vader.
Well, it looks like Sultan and Vader are at each other's throats, whereas moments ago they were partners in crime. But now the Patriot and Mankind trying to get Helmsley out. They're like I said earlier, there's no favorites in a battle royal. You can never tell who's going to have the luck and the stamina to last. But all these guys have got to be just about exhausted.
Big chop that time to the Sultan from the Patriot. All right, Mankind now going over the top rope. He's in trouble. Whoa, what a clothesline.
Patriot levels Vader. Can you believe it?
Oh, another one to the Sultan. Man, the Patriot cleaning house, and here's Mankind now. Triple H returning the favor with the boot underneath Mankind's chin.
I don't know what'll happen if his head touches the ground and it's not still connected to both feet. I'm not sure whether that would mean Mankind would be eliminated or not.
Sultan now, after the low blow, taking over, taking control from the Patriot. Here's Mankind off the ropes. Ooh, a big elbow. Mankind down in the center of the ring. Jim, we were talking about SummerSlam, and Ryan Shattuck.
I heard you and JR were talking about that earlier.
We were earlier.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Ryan Shattuck, the 12-year-old, and Patrick Stevenson, they won the DZ $1 million chances. We see now the Sultan put the sleeper on the Patriot. They had that trip to SummerSlam. They had a chance to win $1 million. They didn't have the correct key to open up the coffin with all that money, but they did win $5,000 savings bonds. It was great for everybody involved. There goes Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Mankind, though, hangs on. He's still involved in the Battle Royal. Here's Vader. Oh, see you later. Mankind out of the ring.
He hit the floor. He's gone. He's out of here. And look at the Patriot.
Oh!
Patriot is left with Vader at 450, the Sultan at 330, and it looks like they've declared a truce again to work together against the man from Columbia, South Carolina.
The Patriot, Del Wilkes, former college football star, All-American at the University of South Carolina. Listen to the chant from this crowd now. USA, USA, as the Patriot tries to figure some way to get out of what's going to be a double team.
This guy in barely 3 weeks in the WWF, he's defeated Bret Hart by pinfall. He has defeated the Sultan.
Look
He has
out.
caused a big stir wherever he's gone. The fans love him, and now he's a whirling dervish. But 2 men against 1 will tell every time. The Patriot has a tremendous challenge ahead of him to win this thing.
He has a tremendous challenge as well. September 7th, Louisville, Kentucky. WWF Ground Zero in your house. A title shot against Bret the Hitman Hart. The Patriot off the rope.
Whoa!
Double clothesline. There's the Sheik now. The Sheik is up on the apron of the ring.
He hit the Sheik.
Big left hand.
Here goes Sultan. There he goes.
He's out of the ring. Here comes Vader now.
Swing and a miss. No.
Big clothesline. Vader's out. The Patriot wins the 20-man Battle Royal. What a victory for the Patriot, Del Wilkes, here on WWF New York.
Chalk another one up Federation Championship match. He's a phenomenon in the WWF. He is the Patriot. And so far, nobody's been able to stop him.
Bret the Hitman Hart, of course, the now 5-time WWF champion, defends the title September 7th against the Patriot. Let's take it now back to Raw from this past week. Bret and JR.
Certainly last night at SummerSlam, it had to be one of the most controversial WWF title matches of all time. I think it was obvious to many fans that you certainly attempted to provoke Shawn Michaels. If we can take you back to last night, Bret, you spit in the man's face. You spit in the man's face, and then that provoked Shawn Michaels. As he attempted to hit you with a steel chair, you ducked. And Shawn Michaels struck The Undertaker right in the face with a steel chair. Down went The Undertaker. Shawn Michaels would then count to 3, and then Bret the Hitman Hart, for the 5th time, became the World Wrestling Federation champion.
You know, I went in there last night and proved what I've been saying for the longest time, that I am the best there is, the best there was, and plain and simply the best that there ever will be. You know, here in America and everywhere else, all my fans around the world know that Shawn Michaels favored The Undertaker from the start of that match to the end of that match. And the only reason that I'm standing here today as the World Wrestling Federation is the simple reason that this Canadian is going to be a lot smarter than both of those Americans, whether they like it or not.
You have a matchup on September the 7th at Ground Zero against the Patriot, a man that defeated you right here on Raw last week. What are your thoughts on that athlete?
Unlike last night, that was a total, complete fluke. And the only reason the Patriot even won is because of outside interference from Shawn Michaels. He knows it, I know it, and Shawn Michaels knows it.
Interference or not, the Patriot did pin the Hitman, and on his way home from SummerSlam, Bret was greeted by throngs of Canadian fans.
He's the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. He's my hero, and I think he's everybody else's here too.
Bret, we love you, man.
5 times. He promised Canada, he promised he'd bring it back. Thank you, Bret. We love you with all our hearts. We're behind you all the way.
He said it, he did it, and there's nothing you can do about it.
He's big-time World Wrestling Federation champion, and there's nothing you can do about it, America, in your face. Bret is the excellence of execution, and he'll always be my champion. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Yes, we do.
Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Well, the Canadian crowd was thick as the Hitman wandered among the mass of fans. Some had waited to catch a glimpse of their new champion since 5 a.m. that morning, and they got their wish. Bret the Hitman Hart truly is a Canadian hero. But in the good old USA, Michael, it's a different story.
And still to come here on WWF New York, we'll have more information on Ground Zero, and the Truth Commission from South Africa will be in action.
Plus, up next, is Jerry Lawler a marriage counselor? He will be when he talks to the Wild Man and Sable.
It's been called the action-adventure thriller of the year. A 3-hour, non-stop emotional roller coaster.
Best SummerSlam of all time.
Awesome, man! This was awesome!
Now, this summer's #1 blockbuster is available on home video. WWF SummerSlam, Heart and Soul, the home video. Experience the excitement and drama. Relive the magic over and over again. Do order, send a check or money order to the address on your screen. For credit card orders, call 815-734-1161. SummerSlam, the home video, costs $23.95 plus shipping and handling. This commemorative event is available only through this TV offer, so order now and own a piece of WWF history.
Welcome back. This week, WWF New York is brought to you by Money Talks, starring Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen. This ain't no buddy movie.
Well, what a great day. What a great event it was last Sunday at SummerSlam at the Continental Airlines Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey. They were really rocking with band leader Doc Hendricks, the honky-tonk man Sonny. And Michael, I know you were there among the throng.
And so was New Jersey's own Headbangers. There's Mosh stage diving into his home crowd. Shawn Michaels and the American flag. Look at Shawn on top of the limo outside at the beach party. Unbelievable event. I talked to some of the superstars like Stone Cold and Sonny backstage after the event. They said they have never had as much fun as a beach party than they did at the Continental Airlines Arena at SummerSlam.
Well, SummerSlam was an event inside and outside the arena, and I can't wait for next year's if this year's was any indication, Michael.
I'll tell you what, you think SummerSlam was great at the Continental Airlines Arena. The New York area fans always supportive of the World Wrestling Federation. What's going to happen, though, when Raw is War comes to Madison Square Garden for the first time ever, September 22nd.
That's right, Jerry the King Lawler will be there. Everybody will be there. Raw is War at Madison Square Garden. You know, I always think that New York City's a war zone, but especially on September 22nd, Michael.
I'll tell you what, Raw in the legendary Madison Square Garden, Monday night, September 22nd. Get your tickets now. Probably going to be sold out. For tickets, all you got to do is call Ticketmaster. Raw is War, Monday, September 22nd.
But this Monday from Biloxi, Mississippi, the mind games continue. Shawn Michaels versus Mankind in a rematch of the century. You can't afford to miss the action you're going to see this Monday in the War Zone when Shawn faces Mankind. These guys will do anything to gain a victory.
I'll tell you what, I can't wait till Raw is War Monday night. Right now, let's take you to the King, Jerry Lawler, with an interview with a great couple.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let's cut out that Burger King stuff right now. Because I am the king, and I am out here to get to the bottom of some rumors that are flying around the World Wrestling Federation. And I'm going to bring out a very special couple right now because I got some questions that I want to ask them, and nobody asks questions better than the king. So right now, I want to bring out the lovely couple. The Wild Man, Mark Merrill and Sable.
I guess they could be called the first couple of the World Wrestling Federation. I'll tell you what, rumors swirling around in New York City about the first couple of the Big Apple. Mayor Giuliani, according to a published report, may be having an affair with a communications director on his staff. Although he denies it, the communications director denies it, so does his wife.
Sounds to me like obviously you don't believe their denial. Well, I guarantee you Merrill and Sable have been denying a few things. You know, if she ever takes him to divorce court, he won't have a leg to stand on. But I know that Sable, since Merrill has been inactive, Sable, from what I understand, has been very active, almost overactive.
We're going to find out about that right now with the King.
Okay, that's enough. I just wanted to bring you two out here and maybe talk a little bit about, well, it's the cover story of the new WWF magazine. Can you read right there where it says, Trouble in the Jungle? Huh? There's a few interesting tidbits in here I just wanted to talk to you two about. Now, Mark Merrill, we all remember when you burst onto the scene here in the World Wrestling Federation, high-flying Mark Merrill and Sable. She was the wind beneath your wings, right? But then Mark Merrill, you sort of crashed and burned with that little knee injury of yours. You kind of got sidelined. But Sable, she was still on the scene. And it seems that in your absence, it seems that Sable just kept getting maybe bigger in popularity than you were, Mark Merrill. Now, what I want to know is how that makes you feel to see the WWF take Sable and make her a model and dress her up in all of these little skimpy outfits with,
Fine with me.
Yeah.
Figured it would be.
With all kinds of stuff hanging out everywhere, and then she's parading up and down in front of all of these World Wrestling Federation superstars, you know, back around the locker room there. How does that make you feel, Mark Merrill?
Yeah. King, let me ask you a question. Do you think Sable's beautiful?
I do.
What's that got to do with any of that? Has nothing to do with it.
Why not?
Yeah, I do. So what?
So do I, and so do a lot of other people.
He's not answering the question. Oh, okay. So I guess you just kind of grin and bear it, I guess. Well, let me ask Sable something. Sable, it was in this magazine here. There's some rumors. Rumors are running rampant about you. You got your picture plastered all over a new calendar in a very, very skimpy outfit. And there's even rumors about you and The Undertaker.
Oh.
Now, hey, that didn't come from me. I just heard that, you know. What I want to know is, are you and Mark, are you still a couple? Couple of what?
You know, King, you can't believe all the rumors you hear. And you should know that better than anyone, because you start most of them.
Oh, is that so, huh?
And as far as my relationship with Mark is concerned, just like any other couple, we have our ups and we have our downs. But everything is just fine between.
Everything is fantastic, King.
Oh, everything's fantastic. Okay, listen. Let me ask her the one more question. How does it make you feel when you see all of these other World Wrestling Federation superstars, the big guys with all the muscles, real virile and all of that sort of stuff parading around in front of you, and your man here is unable to perform lately?
Uh-oh.
He's injured. How does that make you feel when you see all of these other big WWF superstars around, huh?
Let me answer that, King. You know, I've been out with an injury for 5 months. In just a few weeks, I'm coming back to the World Wrestling Federation. And this woman, this beautiful lady, Sable, is gonna be by my side. And we're going to the top of the World Wrestling Federation. And you, my friend, could be the first one on my hit list.
Boy, I'll tell you what, it sounds like they are protesting too much, Michael.
Well, Jim, you can find out for yourself. You can read about all the rumors. The WWF magazine on sale at your local newsstand on Tuesday. Mero and Sable, wow, what a couple.
Mero ushered her right out there, but still to come here on WWF New York. The mammoth men of the Truth Commission will be in the house and in your face.
Plus, when we return, we'll hear what one of the classiest leaders of our time has to say about the WWF. Welcome back. Ground Zero in your house is presented by Stridex.
Triple clean your skin with Stridex medicated pads.
SummerSlam 97 at the Continental Airlines Arena was the culmination of a nearly decade-long fight to bring televised WWF events back to the Garden State. New Jersey Governor Christine Todd Whitman and Assemblyman Paul DeGaetano spearheaded a campaign to lower taxes levied on sports entertainment in the state.
It was my great pleasure to sponsor this legislation on behalf of all the wrestling fans in this great state of New Jersey. I'd like to thank Linda McMahon of Titan Sports and Bob Morella Gorilla Monsoon of WWF for a commitment to bring SummerSlam to New Jersey.
Assemblyman DeGaetano sponsored the bill, and then Governor Whitman signed it into law. And then we all had a chance to celebrate at SummerSlam.
Well, I'm really proud that I was able, with my tag team partner, Paul DeGaetano, to do a body slam on that entertainment tax in professional wrestling. So it's great to have everybody back here.
The World Wrestling Federation then surprised the governor and thanked her in our own special way.
Governor, you are the true people's champion, and tonight, on behalf of the World Wrestling Federation, we'd like to make you honorary World Wrestling Federation champion.
Yes! Maybe we shouldn't take down that cage. How do you feel about a little cage match, Governor?
Well, I tell you what, I take this title very seriously, and I'm going to defend it. Anybody wants to take this belt from me is going to have a fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, a fan of the World Wrestling Federation and your governor, Christy Todd Whitman. Thank you, Governor Whitman, for making it possible to bring the WWF back to New Jersey. What a great event for all those New York area fans at SummerSlam. And here he comes now from Toronto, Canada, Tiger Ali Singh, along with his father, the legendary Tiger Jeet Singh, and the Iron Sheik for some reasons here as well.
Well, the Iron Sheik is an old family friend, Michael. Tiger Jeet Singh, of course, a legend. He's been a wrestler for now 30 years. He came to Canada 30 years ago with $6 in his pocket, began competing in strongman contests, and soon, for the next 2 decades, he was a legendary, a household name in Japan, a beloved figure in his home country of India, and set attendance records throughout the 60s and 70s in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. Tiger Jeet Singh has passed a lot of that knowledge on to his son, Tiger Ali Singh.
Yeah, Tiger Ali Singh calls himself an Indo-Canadian, born in Toronto, of course carrying the Canadian flag, but he's going to have his work cut out for him this week against Bob Holly, the spark plug, former Intercontinental Champion, also a former WWF Tag Team Champion. Tiger Ali Singh, Jim, really made a name for himself in the World Wrestling Federation this spring when he won the Kuwaiti Cup tournament. That's been a springboard for many superstars, including Ahmed Johnson, who won it in 1996.
Well, Tiger Ali Singh is a big young man. He's definitely put together well. He's deceptively quick. You don't realize how large he is because of the way he moves. But he still is a little rough around the edges, still a little green. He's got to get some more experience, but that's going to come from having a father who's a legend in the business for 30 years, and he's definitely got all the aggressiveness.
He really does. He's really put together as well. He's a great athlete. He almost played college basketball at Notre Dame. He can dunk a basketball. That shows you his athletic and aggressive ability. As Bob Holly now in trouble in the corner against Tiger Ali Singh.
Tiger Jeet Singh was noted as a man who definitely would take things to you quick, and Tiger Ali looks like he is following in his father's footsteps with that as well.
Bob
and here's
Holly.
the Northern Lights.
He's in trouble. Holly in all kinds of trouble. Tiger Ali Singh, impressive. Here's the cover. Hooks the leg, 2. Holly pops out. What's going to happen? We'll see when we continue. Welcome back to WWF New York. Michael Cole and Jim Cornette. Tiger Ali Singh now working on the spark plug. Bob Holly goes up now to the second ropes. What's he going to do here? Oh, power move.
Drove his fist right into the side of the head, and Holly's down, but he's not out.
Pops out after 2. Bob Holly, of course, with a big upset this past week on Raw when he defeated Brian Pillman. Pillman, of course, had to wrestle that matchup in a dress. Nice drop kick by Bob Holly.
How much concentration are you going to have when you're wearing a dress in front of 20 blue million people on national television, Michael? All because of Commissioner Slaughter. Pillman's got to wear that dress until he wins a match on Raw.
Nice suplex by Bob Holly. He's going to cover up now. Tiger kicks out after 2. That was a very funny match, seeing Pillman in that dress. That was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. I bet you wouldn't think that if somebody was looking in your window at night, and I know that your neighbors in New Jersey, I know what kind of people they are.
Here's the cover. 2, Tiger kicks out.
They probably are looking in your window at night.
I want to know what kind of dress Pillman's going to be wearing this week. Maybe a little strapless.
You only say that because he's not around here. Look at Holly. Holly taking it to the WWF rookie, Tiger Ali Singh. Welcome to the WWF, Tiger.
Bob Holly working on Tiger Ali Singh, as we mentioned. Big up-and-comer here in the World Wrestling Federation. Holly, though, setting him up. Bob Holly, former Intercontinental Champion, also a former Tag Team Champion. Cup of coffee each time, but he didn't win the titles.
Wait a minute. It looks like Tiger...
Whoa, nice reversal. Nice reversal. Bob Holly in trouble.
Tiger Ali hooked the front of his tights as Bob Holly applied the front face lock, fell backwards, and used his own momentum to propel Holly face first into those turnbuckles.
Holly now off the rope. A big drop kick by Tiger Ali Singh. Man, such a big man. He's pretty quick, very aggressive.
And Holly scored with a big drop kick of his own just a few minutes ago, so Tiger Ali says, here you go, Holly, right back at you. And where's he going now?
Face first into the canvas. Bob Holly in all kinds of trouble against the rookie, Tiger Ali Singh.
Well, Tiger started out very aggressive. Holly was able to counter in the mid part of the match, but now it's all Tiger Ali Singh. He's going to the top, and Holly doesn't see.
Oh, my Bulldog! Bulldog from the top rope. That's it. He's not getting up. There's 2, and 3. It's over. Tiger Ali Singh victorious here on WWF New York.
Tiger Jeet Singh and Iron Sheik, they look like New York cabbies.
Oh, come on now, Jeet.
Yeah, at least he carries a sword around.
Better than your tennis racket.
Well, not as good as what Switzer does.
Switzer, Barry Switzer, coach of the Cowboys. He was arrested for carrying a loaded handgun into an airport. Believe that?
He didn't know it was loaded. Take a look at the replay. You see Tiger Ali Singh with the Bulldog from behind. Ali never knew what hit him.
Tiger Ali Singh victorious here on WWF New York.
These guys may look like cabbies, but they'll drive this guy straight to the top. And speaking of which, up next, these guys will drive you crazy. The Truth Commission is next.
Right now, let's hear what you New York area fans had to say after SummerSlam.
It was a good match, but I wish The Undertaker would have won. Really disappointed. The Undertaker didn't really win.
Bret Hart talks about being screwed. He screwed The Undertaker. It took 4 guys to beat The Undertaker.
The Undertaker got robbed. Shawn Michaels a piece of crap. It was a travesty of justice. Stone Cold is the new IC champ. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Welcome back to WWF New York on New York 55 WLNY. We'd like to hear from you, your comments on what you'd like to see or don't see. Write to the address on your screen. Tell us how you feel.
Right now, let's take you back to the war zone where Shawn Michaels responded to the accusations after the controversy over his refereeing ability, or lack thereof, in the title match at SummerSlam. Let's watch these comments.
It's just like you. It's just like Bret Hart. And whether anybody in this arena likes it or not, it's just like all the fans of the World Wrestling Federation to not take responsibility for themselves and pass the buck on to the Heartbreak Kid, because everybody knows I don't give a damn what anybody thinks of me. I want to tell you people something. Undertaker, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, lays down for absolutely no one. I don't do it for Bret Hart. I don't do it for you. I don't do it for the fans of the World Wrestling Federation. I don't do it for anybody. Undertaker, the next time you see me, my super kick is going to be 1 foot down your throat.
Man, Shawn Michaels looking a bit depressed there. Talking about depression, what about New York Mets pitcher Pete Harnish, coming back from clinical depression, had a great outing his first day back in 4 months pitching for the Mets.
I'll say this, I don't follow baseball because after all, I think it's a sport for wussies. However, if he's depressed, I've got a quick cure. Move out of New York City, you idiot! Anybody would be depressed that lives there.
What is wrong with New York City? There's so much stuff to do. I'll tell you what, the Truth Commission.
Yeah, there's so much stuff to do. Dodge horrible drivers. Dodge acts of terrorism. Breathe pollution. Get mugged. There's all kinds of things to do in New York. I love it.
There's so much to do. You can go to Shea Stadium and see the Mets. You can go over to Madison Square Garden on September 22nd for Raw is War. It doesn't get any better than the Big Apple.
I'll admit there's a worm in that apple. I'll admit you can go to the Garden on September 22nd. Yeah, that you can do. That's worth it. But nothing else going on in New York is worth the traffic it takes to get to and from it.
Here we go now with the Truth Commission. They really liked New York City. They told me back in the locker room area, said one of the reasons they came to the World Wrestling Federation was so they could show off their technique, their wrestling ability in the mecca of the world, the Big Apple.
Yeah, watch who you're poking there, Michael. I'm going to tell you this. They're going to show off their ability anywhere they step foot in the ring, because that's just how good these guys are.
Hey, I'm from New York City area. You didn't mention that. Another reason to be here.
Another reason to not like New York City. You better watch your step when we get to Louisville, my old hometown, on September 7th for Ground Zero. I'll take you around and show you the sights if you're lucky.
Here's the Truth Commission now. This is Recon locking up with Jack Hill, tossing him back to the canvas. The Eddie Van Halen lookalike from the team of Faust Hill and Zoltan Bigg.
Faust, Hill, and Bigg. And they're going to go down quick, hard, and brutally.
Here's Recon now, 6'6", close to 300 pounds. The other member of the Truth Commissions are Sniper He goes about 6'5", and then the interrogator at 7 foot. Ooh, what a kick upside the head. Recon in control over Jack Hill, and there's the Commandant outside the ring. He loves what he sees from Recon.
Standing drop kick. Wow, what agility for a man that size.
Here comes Sniper now. This is Sniper. He goes about 6'5", but he looks small compared to the other guys.
You know, the Commandant has drilled these guys with military precision. They work out, they train, they drill, they march, and they wrestle almost 24 hours a day.
Here's Sniper now working on Jack Faust. I'm sorry, it's George Faust as he tosses Santa Claus across the ring.
He looks more like Jack Frost.
Oh, man.
The point is, he just got iced by Sniper right there. What do you think about the comments Shawn Michaels made?
Can you believe that? Shawn Michaels not looking too pleased. And I like the question, are you in cahoots with Bret Hitman Hart? What do you think?
I think anybody would have to be crazy to think that Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart would be in cahoots. I'll tell you what I think. I think Shawn Michaels helped Bret Hart win that belt on purpose so he can be the man to take it away from Bret. That's what I think, because I have a crooked mind.
Interesting theory,
I know how crooked people think.
Interesting theory. Here's Faust, knocked down from behind by Recon. Sniper back in control. Speaking of Shawn Michaels, what about Raw this week? The War Zone's going to be unbelievable. A rematch, Shawn Michaels and Mankind. Rematch of Mind Games.
That was one of the Match of the Year candidates, if not the Match of the Year last year, and this year I expect nothing different. Clothesline, clothesline, clothesline!
The interrogator finishing up the triple team, and the Commandant loves what he sees. That was like an out-of-control subway train on that one.
I'll tell you what, these guys ain't no Hogan's Heroes. They have their thing together.
The interrogator with a big elbow. Unbelievable.
Look at this interrogator, 7 feet tall, got to go 325, 350 pounds, just immense and strong as a bull.
Ooh. Faust in all kinds of trouble. He really needs to make a tag here.
He needs to. I think he needs to just pull his pants up. He knocked him right out of his clothing.
Wardrobe sort of like yours, Jim.
Hey, wait a minute. What's your belt size? 14? You look like you went to give blood and forgot to say when.
I'd rather it be 14 than 44. Faust now being lifted up. Recon tossing him down in the canvas in the middle of the ring. Oh, man. Right across the sternum.
These guys are so quick, so agile, so fit, yet so big and so powerful. I'm anxious to see the Truth Commission against some top-flight competition here in the WWF, and I'm anxious to see it. So wait a minute, watch out!
Right in front of us.
Holy mackerel! Hey, Michael, I'm going to tell you what. If they throw these guys any harder, they're going to be clearing this table. In that case, you sit in front of me, okay?
Did you see the strength of Recon that time, tossing him out of the ring? There's the Sniper now, in control. Bill and Bigg trying to get Faust a little bit of momentum here.
There's wreckage everywhere around here.
Reporting next to me. Here now, Sniper working on George Faust.
His job's starting to get dangerous for you, Michael. More dangerous than you think.
Look at that, right in the middle of the back of George Faust. Truth Commission, they have been so impressive since coming to the World Wrestling Federation from South Africa, basically to beat the truth out of their opponents, according to the Commandant.
This guy has got welts and bruises all over him.
Now it's Recon in control. Faust into the corner. Recon misses a little quickness out of Mr. Faust, and he tags in Zoltan Bigg.
Thank God, let's see what this guy can do. He matches up size-wise. He's throwing them.
Look at this. Big right hand to Sniper. All three men now in the ring for the Truth Commission. Bigg misses with the clothesline. Look out. Oh! That's going to be it. Nobody's going to get up from this. The interrogator hooks the leg. It's all over. The Truth Commission victorious on WWF New York.
The Truth Commission.
The Truth Commission, a win with authority. The Commandant has done his troops proud, but I tell you, I can hardly wait to see these guys against some top-flight competition. And Michael, I believe that day is fast approaching.
I'll tell you what, they made their debut on Raw a couple of weeks ago, and they were impressive. And speaking about Raw, what about Monday night? September 22nd, Raw is War, Madison Square Garden. Get your tickets now. It's expected to be a sellout. Raw back in the Big Apple where it all started. This time it's showtime. Madison Square Garden where Raw is War.
But this Monday on Raw is War, the mind games will continue. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, face-to-face with Mankind. The unbelievable match that these two had last year is only expected to be a prelude You can expect this one to be a classic, Michael.
Going to be unbelievable. Shawn Michaels and Mankind. It's going to be the matchup, perhaps, of the year. We still got plenty more on this show, so stay tuned. We'll be back with more WWF New York. Wow! Is Stone Cold Steve Austin's career in jeopardy? What will Austin do? Jim Cornette has the whole scoop and nothing but the scoop on option 4 of the WWF Superstar line, Crowin' with Cornette. Just call 1-900-737-4WWF. The call costs $1.49 per minute, and kids under 18 must have parents' permission before calling. Welcome back to WWF New York. Michael Cole and Jim Cornette. Tell you what, Jim, looking forward to September 7th. It is WWF Ground Zero in your house from the Louisville Gardens in Louisville, Kentucky. On the line, the WWF Championship, the 5-time champ, Bret the Hitman Hart, defending against the Patriot.
And Bret Hart won't get any heroes reception in the Derby City, but I think they'll be out for the Patriot. The Patriot has beaten Bret Hart once. Can he do it again when it counts?
What about the triple threat match? The leader of the 3 factions, Faarooq, Savio, and Crush.